Now let's see what we need to do to add a few more thunderbolts to this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to hit Alt, click and drag. This one is going to be called Thunderbolt Head. I'm going to hide the previous one. Let's dive inside. Let me select the frame here. Okay. Now, the main difference is going to be the parts that we're going to be selecting. So let's say that for now, I'm going to call this one Isolate Head. I'm going to delete this one. We're not going to be needing another input here for now. Let's just focus on this. Let me hide the other objects. So here we had the selection. The groups that you see here are the selection for the chest. I'm gonna delete all that and select, let's not see the materials. So if you don't want to see the materials in the viewport, just click this little button here. And let's select I'm gonna hit selection here. Next, make sure that I'm on primitives, and let's use the same spread angle, let's say 30, and let's select some parts of the face, the head, something like this will work. Let's hit enter, and this is what we have now. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the switch to make sure that this connection, the ray, only hits Iron Man after a certain frame. Let's say it only hits him at frame 8. So what we want to do is make sure that here on the switch, we have a null connecting on the first input, on input 0. Okay, if you want to change the order, you can do it here. It'll only switch to the first input, this one, after frame 7. Okay, so we should have no connection up to frame 8. And at frame 8, they connect, so we'll have a thunder lasting for all the way up to frame 20. And after frame 20, we want it to go back to frame 0. So this is going to be true only if the frame is higher than 7. And we can use this expression, which is this, and $frame less than 21. Okay, and this should give us that result. So we have it, we don't have it on the beginning, we have it after frame 8, but after frame 21, it disappears again. So this is another way for us to control a switch. Okay, right now this is saying this expression is going to return 1, it's going to return true if the frame is higher than 7 and lower than 21. Okay, everything else is pretty much the same. What we can do to make sure that things are happening a bit differently is kind of just make sure that everything that has some sort of randomness actually has a different kind of randomness in comparison to the original main Thunderbolt that we created. So this scatter, which is scattering the points on the surface of the hammer, we can come here to the global seed and grab this expression, and we can just add something. Let's say plus 1, 2, 3. That way, the seed is never going to be the same as it was for the other, the Thunderbolt main. This is coming in, and also here on the distortion, we don't want it to have exactly the same distortion as it had before. And for that, we can use these offsets to create a different type of distortion. Okay, if we offset this in another axis, you'll see you will get a completely different shape. So let's say here on this offset, I'll say 100, and here we were using 500. Let's use 800. That way, everything's going to be different. Okay, it's always going to be different. Everything else is pretty much the same. Whenever you have this type of distortion, if you want to, for instance, here on the small the small rays that we had there. If you think you want to make sure that this is also kind of different, just make sure to go to the big noise offset and give it some number here, put a different number there, and this will give you a completely different result always from the other one. And that's basically it. So if we merge, we have this. It's a pretty nice ray. And if we turn both of them together, you'll see we have two different rays being shot towards Iron Man at a certain point. If we turn on the material and we have a look from shot 1, we'll see we have that thing happening. The other types of rays that we're going to be having are also going to be based on the same principle. The main difference is that we're not only going to have one main ray, we're going to have several main rays. Let's see how we can create that effect.